Welcome to Rye Brook Focus. My name is John Mugno, and I'll be the host for this afternoon's discussion. Our guests today are all from Consolidated Edison, the utility, and they will each be speaking about aspects of utility operations that have been of interest to people in the village. First up will be Christina Legallo, who is the Customer Outreach and Education person. Then Maggie Tishman, who's the Manager for Energy Efficiency. Then Fred Youngabi, who's an energy efficiency expert. And then Jane Solnick, who's the Director of Regional and Community Affairs for Consolidated Edison. Welcome, everyone. Over to you, Christina.
Thank you for having us. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to have go over the information that we're going to speak about today. Can everyone see my screen?
No. I think there it goes. You're on now.
Okay, great. So Con Edison delivers electric and gas for New York City and Westchester County. We also operate one of the largest steam distribution systems in the country. And, a little bit more about the company. We serve over 10 million customers. We've invested $12 million towards nonprofit organizations annually. We also do volunteer work. And so far, we've converted 5,200 buildings from oil to natural gas. Now, a little bit more about, going into the energy service company, which John had brought up to us. So energy service companies supply electricity and natural gas to homes and businesses throughout New York. We deliver energy, but where that energy comes is up to the customer. Everyone is able to shop around and pick an energy service company of their choice. So customers can get information about an energy supplier by visiting poweryourway.com. There'll be a list of suppliers there. You can learn about the different options and choose the energy service company that you'd like. Specific to Rye Brook, Constellation Energy has been the energy supplier, and about 2,200, a little over 2,200 customers in Rye Brook are currently enrolled in Constellation Energy. Now, the rates for Constellation is 15 cents per kilowatt hour. I included our historic pricing for this year for Con Edison, and currently our rate is about 8 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, 15 cents, right now is definitely a little bit higher than it is Con Edison, but it's also for green energy. So it's kind of a trade-off, customers do have the option of coming off of Constellation Energy. They just got to check the contract. But if they're interested in finding out any more information about the rates, other energy supply companies where they'll be able to save money, some supplier companies have incentives, such as receiving gift cards or, getting green energy. All that information is available at poweryourway.com. But as you can see here, we provided information on how much our rates have been for this past year.
Christina, this has been, as I mentioned to you earlier, a topic of interest in the village. So let me just make a few points, really. This arrangement where someone buys the electricity from someone other than Con Ed is not uncommon. About 57% of a Westchester electricity clients do that. And that secondly, these rates per kilowatt hour fluctuate. So in the past, when people signed up for the green energy, it was actually the cheaper alternative. But now it is not the cheaper alternative. And these prices will fluctuate in the future. No one knows quite how. But I think it's important, as you said, to tell people that they can switch from whichever one they're in to some other one. Now, my understanding is, I want to verify with you, that the switch would not be instantaneous. It takes about 2 months to make the switch once you
Yes,
start the process.
yes, that is
Because
correct. It's about
uh,
1 to 2 billing cycles for customers to fully come off of an energy supplier company.
yeah, because people shouldn't be looking at the various rates and say, "Oh, I'll switch for 3 days." It's just not
Yeah,
possible. Not how
yes,
the system works.
you're absolutely right.
Okay. And good. I think that covers a lot of the points there. Did you tell them where they can find the competitive price information? Is that at
Yes,
this website you have on the page?
yes. So I provided 2 sites. The first one is poweryourway.com. That is where customers can find a whole list of the energy supply companies. They would actually just put in their zip code and then the available energy supply companies, and the rates would come up. This link that I have here is actually for it goes directly to the Public Service Commission site, which shows all of the comparable rates too. So, customers can just visit the documents dpsny.gov, and, that screenshot that I have up here that shows our current rates of, currently 8 cents per kilowatt, that's available up there as well, just in case customers wanted to, see the different comparable rates.
Okay. I think that'll people will understand that. Thank you.
No problem. And again, just like John had mentioned, everyone has a, chance to choose. If you want to enroll with the energy supply company, you can. If not, you can, also go back to Con Edison. We purchase supply rates and sell it to our customers at the same price.
Okay.
And for the next topic is the gas moratorium. So Con Edison had stopped accepting applications for new natural gas connections for most of Westchester County, but customers can still connect to natural gas if they want a natural gas fueled emergency generator, is a small business that already has gas at the location. And again, if they're an existing natural gas customer that's planning any type of renovations. Last I heard, we do want to, we are focusing on electrifying, our business. And the next few slides where Fred will actually go over the different initiatives and energy efficiency programs in case customers, want to upgrade their service or, have plans on converting from natural gas over to electrifying their home.
Good. Let me just ask this question, Christina. With during the moratorium, which is now what almost 4 years running, more than 4 years, what have people done? Have they mainly used propane as their source of energy, or to replace natural gas, or what is the story there for people? What kind of choices have they made?
So it varies. Some people have oil, some people do have propane. A lot of customers are also getting, the natural source heat pump as well. From my understanding, customers, we want customers to electrify just because, we're trying to meet the state goal and, moving away from natural gas. But, it really varies I guess, per household.
Okay, so people have made several different choices.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And now I'm going to pass it over to Fred, who's going to talk about the different Con Edison programs and initiatives.
Okay, welcome, Fred.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me and Maggie here. So today we'll be talking about our clean energy programs. We have Con Edison has a clean energy commitment, which have the 5 pillars listed on the screen here. First pillar is to build a grid for the future. So Con Edison is planning to build a resilient grid for the 22nd century and that delivers 100% clean energy by 2040. So we are also planning to empower our customers to meet the climate goals. In so doing, on our energy efficiency initiatives, that is what we are driving to acquire by giving out incentives to customers to meet these climate goals. We are also working, I mean, when I say we, I'm talking about Con Edison, We are working to reimagine the gas system, that is working towards decarbonizing and reduce the utilization of fossil fuels. And that's something that I know it's driving a lot of people within New York City and the state um, doing the conversion from gas to electric, because a lot of people are still very hesitant to leave their old systems. We are planning to lead by reducing our company's carbon footprint. So our net zero emission by focusing on decarbonizing our system and also our company operations. So what Con Edison is also doing in Pillar 5 is to enhance our collaboration with customers and stakeholders, and also to improve our quality of life of the neighborhoods that we serve within the New York City and Westchester areas. Next slide, please.
Is there any particular source of electricity you're emphasizing as part of this, or you're just building the transportation system and it's the task of others to decide how they're going to create the clean energy?
So clean energy, we are focusing on not only building the grid, but also focusing in developing renewable energy generation. Um, you probably see around the city and somewhere in Westchester where there are so many clean energy generation facilities like solar farms and solar energy being generated and added to the grid. So that's one of the things that Con Edison is doing to support customers and also support energy generation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so to continue, I will present about offerings that our energy efficiency program is currently or offering to customers pretty much that live in the Westchester and Con Edison territory in New York City and the five boroughs. Um, as part of our, this is still in support of our clean energy transition. So we have incentives that are designed to actually help customers go green, save money, on the bills, and also make customers' homes more comfortable all year round. So in this presentation, I will just share you some of the incentives or rebates that we have available for customers to benefit from. Next slide.
Because it's interesting, Fred. People who signed up for the green energy program with Constellation really should probably know already, but you're going to give them more tools to evaluate their options. That it's not only purchasing green energy, it's also reducing the amount of energy that you consume. So it's equally important that you get the source right as that you get the usage right as well. Good.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I'm happy that Christina actually presented the Constellation Energy slide ahead of time, because I did face a lot of questions during my visit during the home show in Westchester last Saturday. A lot of customers asked me that question of the Constellation Energy and Con Edison, asking is it the same thing or it's different. But I understand that it's a concern with most customers that live in Rye Brook and in Westchester, because Constellation actually offers different supply charges from what Con Edison is giving, as Christina shared. So it's two different things. Sometimes they will market it and tell you that you can get a cheaper rate for the next 6 months, but after that, maybe the rate will change drastically or even double. So sometimes customers do not have time to read those fine prints, but at the end of the day, they will end up paying more money. But if they stick with Con Edison, they will definitely benefit long term.
Okay, that's a good point. Thank you.
Sorry, just to clarify, the prices will fluctuate on both sides. So we actually can't guarantee which one will be better long term.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You're a market-based price, and some of these alternative suppliers sign fixed-rate contracts. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a different model.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for jumping in, Maggie. Okay, so why should customers participate in this program? So by offering incentives in our energy efficiency program, we are hoping to make customers' home more comfortable year round, help them lower the use of fossil fuels, and also reduce their carbon footprint. So this will also help Con Edison to reduce or to increase resilience and reliability of our electric grid. So if we are managing the grid well, then it's very reliable and nobody will complain about like energy shortage. So it also reduces maintenance cost, not only for Con Edison, but also for customers. It also, in many cases, it saves money on our energy bill. Next slide, please. So on this slide, I'm actually just like presenting different ways in which customers can save money. So currently we have this new technology called heat pumps. We are advocating for customers that do not have heat pumps to install heat pumps. It's a way that they can save a lot of money. We are currently offering rebates of up to $10,000 that customers can take advantage of that and install air source heat pumps at their homes and save money. Or if customers prefer to install geothermal or the ground source heat pumps, they can get up to $35,000 if they live in disadvantaged communities. So that is those are the offerings that we are currently offering for heat pumps. Customers can also upgrade their home insulation and seal air leaks and get a rebate of up to $5,000. This is available for customers at the $5,000 is a limited time offer, and it's available if you work with one of our participating contractors. I'll give you more information on this in the next slides. Customers can also enroll in the Smart Usage Reward Program or the Smart Thermostat Program. More information on this to come in the next slide as well. Customers can purchase discounted goods from our marketplace, and customers can also charge their vehicles free of charge through our Smart Charge New York program. Next slide, please.
Well, Fred, before you move on, or maybe the next slide is where you'll explain this. The 5 options are all good. They have different kind of capital costs or investments for the consumer. And I was looking and wondering, with your point number 1, the heat pumps and the geothermal, what I realize it's going to be different depending upon a particular customer's location and physical facilities. But what is the typical payback on installing a heat pump, a payback period? Is it 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
On average, for the air source heat pump, there are some that you could have payback period of about 5 years, but depending on the heat pumps and the cost of your heat pump, sometimes the cost varies by size and by the tonnage, I would say. And then for the geothermal, it takes longer to install, and sometimes the payback period, I'm not actually sure what the payback period for geothermal. Maggie, do you have any idea? Maybe.
It will really vary on the equipment you install and the size of
Yeah.
your home, as well as what you were using before. With geothermal, it's an extremely efficient system. So you will, in most cases, customers do save money on their monthly energy bills, but the upfront costs can be higher. Usually the systems can cost around like $50,000 to $100,000, of which we're covering $25,000. For air source heat pumps, whether you save money on your monthly bills is really going to depend on what you were using before. For customers who are using oil, which can be quite costly, it's pretty likely that they will save money on their monthly energy bills. Although, again, exactly how much and what the payback will be depends on the specific site. If you had gas, it's more likely to be close to what you were paying before for energy. So in that case, you don't really think about the payback in terms of years. It's really, you're getting enhanced comfort. It's a much quieter system. It's a cleaner system. You're helping the environment. The benefits are not just financial.
Right. Right. And in the other programs, I would have a lower capital. The other 4 options have a lower capital cost, a shorter payback period probably, but also a much smaller benefit to you over the long term. Is that a fair statement?
I'm sorry, if the other programs here?
Yeah, the other 4 programs, they have lower cost, but probably
Exactly.
a faster payback.
Yeah, weatherization, the cost can be, in the thousands of dollars, but you are very likely to save money on your bills as a result of that, and you'll probably see a payback within a couple years. For the others, it would really just depend. Like on Con Ed Marketplace, you can buy lots of different types of products, whether it's a light bulb, a power strip, whatever. So the payback would vary, but the upfront cost is obviously much lower for those sorts of products.
Right. Okay,
Thank you, Maggie. Next slide, please. So more details, I'm sure you've already heard about air source heat pumps and ground source heat pumps. So in summary, the air source heat pump is, they move heat from inside your home to the outside like an air conditioner. And in the winter, they extract heat from outside and bring it into your home. So the process is reversed pretty much on how it operates in the winter and in the summer. It's a less expensive option, as Maggie rightly said earlier. And most customers in our territory are going for this option because it's a lot more cheaper than the geothermal. On the other hand, geothermal heat transfers heat um, in the earth, from the earth into your home during the winter, and it deposits heat in the ground in the summer months. So it's a more expensive option than the air source heat pump, but it's a more efficient form of heating and cooling that you can get. So the payback period, like you asked earlier, for geothermal can be a lot longer than just because of the upfront cost. It's a lot more expensive to install the geothermal than air source heat pump, but it's a more efficient form of heating. Next slide, please. So here it's a table showing rebates that we are currently offering on our program. So for single family homes, the current incentive rates are 8,000, but for the fall promotion that we are currently offering, as I mentioned earlier, it's $10,000. So this is a limited time offer, and it's available for customers who want to uh, remove the existing heating system and install a heat pump that will be used both for heating and cooling. So this applies also for two family buildings, those that have both apartments. And then for two family buildings with one apartment, they get up to $5,000 fall promotion with a current incentive rate of 3,000. And then this same rate applies for one apartment within a building that has three apartments. So incentives on the right, we could see that the rates are a little bit different. So this is another option that is available for customers that want to keep the existing heating system. If you do not want to decommission your system, but you want to install a heat pump, then you can go to the options that we have on the right. You'll still be able to get some incentive of 2,500 incentive if you install a heat pump, not up to 10,000, but it's another option just to install heat pumps that will still help you for like to get the same benefits of like heating and cooling at your home, but still relying on your existing heating system that you have.
And basically, just to ask a clarifying question,
Sure.
the heat pumps has an indoor and an outdoor component, but it basically replaces your furnace. Everything else about your system remains the same.
That's correct. It replaces your furnace, so the heat pump works independent of the furnace. It doesn't depend on the furnace to operate. So the heat pump is just an independent unit. It has an outdoor unit and the indoor condenser unit, or the indoor units that you install in different rooms to supply either heating or cooling.
So it basically, though, it replaces your furnace, right?
That's
Yes.
correct. Yes.
So this would be perfect for people who have an older, less efficient furnace.
Absolutely. Yes. It's a good option, and it's more efficient than the furnace, I would say.
Right.
Yeah. Next slide, please. So for geothermal, or the ground source heat pump, so the current incentive that we are offering is 25,000 per home. So this is applicable for mostly customers that live in single family homes, and qualify for this, like do not live in disadvantaged communities. But for customers that live in disadvantaged communities can get up to $35,000 in rebates. So basically, as of September, we have updated these incentive caps to actually say that customers can get up to 70% of the total project cost, meaning that if you're installing a project that costs up to 70,000, then you can get up to 70% of that from the incentives that we offer, or 25,000 per home. So disadvantaged communities, it's defined by the New York State Climate Justice Working Group, and we have a link here on the screen where um, customers can go there to check on if they are part of a disadvantaged community or not. This can be very confusing because it's not defined by zip codes, it's defined by census tracts.
Okay, so it's good to have the website if you think you might qualify.
Yes. Next slide, please. So how does this work? So for Clean Heat, customers can go to our website and then choose a contractor from our list. So we either have contractors that are listed on our geothermal website or on our air source heat pump website. Customers can go there and decide which contractor they think would be a good contractor for to do their work. So if they think that the contractor that they want is not on the website, they can also bring a contractor that they want to do their work and have the contractor register to become a clean heat contractor. So it works in that contractors, you call a contractor comes to your home free of charge, do an assessment or an evaluation, and tell you how much it would cost to complete a heat pump installation project. So at the end of the day, if the contractor gives you it's like a quote, giving you a quote, and then tells you that it's going to cost you X amount to install this project. But when I deduct the rebates, 10,000, 8,000, 5,000 from the project, this is how much you will pay at the end.
Okay.
Next slide, please. So weatherization is the next option. This is offered in the program to help customers be able to insulate and seal air leaks from their homes. On the little diagram on the right side, it just shows what insulation means. It means sealing on the green lines that surround the building. The insulation definitely just seals your home to prevent air leaks. And this is a very good option to help customers save money, because when you insulate your home, you'll be able to save money year round. You'll be able to operate your equipment efficiently and at a less costly rate. Homes that are well insulated would save energy and also save money to the customer. So currently the incentives we are offering is up to $5,000. And even though it's stated here that this is a limited time offer that expires in December, we are in conversation to see if we could extend this beyond December 1st. And this option or this weatherization is available to customers who use Edison gas for heating and currently use fuel like oil, propane, or wood for heating, and also have a central air conditioning.
Okay.
Next slide, please. So for weatherization, as well as this is similar to the ground source heat pump, as I mentioned, or to the clean heat program, you choose a contractor from our website. A contractor will visit your home free of charge, give you an assessment, or and just tell you how much it will cost after they do the installation and seal air leaks at your home. But at the end of the day, if your contractor is not on our list, you can have the contractor register to become a participating contractor with the list. Next slide, please. So next, Edison Marketplace. So Marketplace is available to Edison customers to be able to purchase discounted home goods. So the following items listed on the left-hand side: thermostat, lighting, power strips, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, water fixtures, are some of the items that we incentivize through our marketplace. unfortunately, marketplace will be shutting down at the end of the year. So we're going through a phase where we are advertising whatever products we have left on marketplace so that customers can take advantage of the offers of these incentives that we are offering and purchase any items that they may need.
Okay.
Next slide. So smart thermostats. So smart thermostats are also available on Edison Marketplace. Customers get an instant $50 when they purchase a thermostat through Marketplace. And once they purchase a thermostat and enroll in the smart uh, usage reward program, they get another $85, giving a total of $135 in rebates that they get through just purchasing a thermostat and enrolling in the smart usage reward program. So we have on the second line a list of eligible thermostats that we incentivize through this program, and yeah, there's a link that can take you directly to the website to be able to enroll into the smart thermostat program. If customers can go there, they will be able to enroll free of charge. Next slide, please.
Just to say, for some of the options on the marketplace slide, the $85 would cover the cost of the new thermostat.
Yeah, sometimes a thermostat can cost, let me just say, if it costs $95 and then you have a rebate of $50, then you're liable to pay about $40 or something. And then when you enroll in the smart usage reward program, you get another $85, meaning that you end up making money while also ensuring that you're saving energy and saving money.
Right. I think people should be interested in that, you know. Okay.
Hope so. Thank you. Next slide, please. Next slide. I think we talk about this. Yeah, the smart usage reward program. I mentioned this earlier. Um, so it works so much so that customers sign up with an aggregator, and the aggregator sends text messages during peak hours for customers to reduce their energy usage. And this happens usually over the summer. It's usually like when there's high usage of electricity, you get a message or a notification that, hey, can you turn off some of your appliances because you're using too much energy? So once you get this notification, you just by signing up to this program, you get $35. And this happens usually only during the summer. It doesn't happen year round, but it's something that I think will be very interesting for customers to take advantage if they have thermostat to register or enroll and be part of this exciting program. Next slide, please.
Now, the reward you mentioned, is that an annual reward or a one-time reward when you sign up?
It's a one-time reward when you sign up.
Okay.
So the Smart Charge New York program. So this applies to people that use electric vehicles. If you have an electric vehicle and you would like to, we would say, I would suggest that you should enroll in the New York this Smart Charge program that will help you save money while charging your vehicle during off-peak hours. As shown on the right, there's you can make up to $25 after 3 months just by signing up in the program, and then you save 10 cents per kilowatt hour of charging off peak hours. So basically, the reason for this is to help reduce stress on the grid, because if people are charging their vehicles at the same time or during peak hours, then we can strain the grid, and then the system will not operate efficiently. So the essence of like having people enroll and be part of this program is just to ensure that we distribute how people use energy, and so that the grid is evenly distributed across the territory.
Good.
Next slide, please. Thank you. We have a few links here where customers can go to learn about our clean heat program, about our weatherization offering, and then the items that we have on marketplace as well, and about smart thermostats and the smart usage reward program, and the New York Charge program. We also have an email here, homerebates@conedison.com, for customers to reach out if they have questions. We would respond to that. or if they have anything about like the incentives we are offering, any questions about incentive we are offering, they can reach out to us through that email.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Christina. Great. Well, thank you all. It was a very good presentation, and I think it would be very informative for people who, you know, don't ordinarily get a systematic walkthrough of these options and what some of the issues are that they should be thinking about in order to save energy. So I think people will find this a very useful presentation, and I very much appreciate the time you've devoted to doing this.
No problem. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
All right. Goodbye then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.